This is the story of a red-headed teenager who wants to be something she's not, goes on an adventure, finds love, and becomes a princess. That's right, Thumbelina, Warner Brothers' blatant ripoff of The Little Mermaid. The midget is voiced by the same actress as the mermaid. They even have Gilbert Gottfried as the semi-evil comic relief. The story starts off in Paris for some reason. We meet Giacomo, who starts off our story. An old woman meets a good, read pretty witch, who gives her a seed that grows a flower that houses a tiny, fully grown girl, Thumbelina. Thumbelina then sings her I Want song, meets Cornelius, Prince of the Fairies, a man of her very own size, and by way of a musical number that is suspiciously similar, they fall in love. That very night, Thumbelina is kidnapped by a frog and is passed from person to person like a hot potato. Of course she ends up with Cornelius in the end. Now, let's talk about character. Thumbelina, due to spending her childhood in a flower she is often overstimulated and faints. She is absolutely perfect and has no noticeable flaws. Cornelius suffers from the tragic disease, DPS, Disney Prince Syndrome. Symptoms include a generically handsome appearance, an equally bland personality, and an irrational, if instant, love for the heroine. Now, I think that the most interesting part of the movie is the villain. Amazingly, most people who watch this tell me that there is no single big bad. Instead, there are many antagonists. But what they don't realize is that behind that, there is one mastermind pulling the strings. That's right, Giacomo. He outright states it in the opening. In the examples he gives us, the lovers all die. This shows us his evil plan to kill Thumbelina and Cornelius and take control of the fairy throne. Later on, his involvement becomes even more apparent. How did the mother frog know where Thumbelina lived? Giacomo must have shown her the way. Why didn't the bird just fly her to safety? Because he wanted her to get lost and starve in the forest. See how he periodically stops by to give Thumbelina inspirational talks that will just keep her in his wild goose chase. And in the end, he isolates her in the supposed Vale of the Fairies, and is just about to finish her off when Cornelius shows up, foiling his plans. Yes, Giacomo is one of the most devious villains of the animated world, and he is made even more terrifying by the fact that no one suspects him, leaving him free to try again.